Hi everyone, hello. Welcome to another live broadcast. We're still talking about the Tunisian Entrelac event that is currently happening. And the reason we're here today is to introduce the last, but by no means the least project in the Tunisian Entrelac event. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy to have you all here and so glad to see some familiar names in the comments. Hi, Heather. Lovely to have you here. Welcome. It's great to have you here. And we've got Angela. Hi, Angela. Lovely to have you here. And we've got Julia. Hi, everyone. So glad that you guys can join me. Every time I see your names pop up in the comments, I'm so happy that you guys are watching. And we're going to chat crochet. I have got my coffee. I've just made myself a fresh coffee. I hope I don't spill it everywhere. But we're going to chat about crochet, and today we're going to be talking about Leyla Shawl. So I have just released the blog post over on the blog for everyone to go ahead and have a closer look and read a little bit more about Leyla Shawl. So the materials you need, the size, the tension, and all those little bits of details that we need. We are live on Instagram, I believe, as well. So I'll just be flicking between the two screens just to make sure that we don't miss any comments, and we can go ahead and chat about the designs. So Heather is working on her Lena hat. Well done, Heather. I saw your post in the community group and it's looking amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous, Heather. Love the colors. Love how super neat those first few squares are. You're doing an amazing job. And like you have said, Heather, on a couple of the comments, if you just carry on with the rectangle for the Lena hat and you keep increasing on both sides, so you increase on the height and on the width of the rectangle, you can actually make yourself a blanket, which is completely right. So that's a great idea, Heather. And I wish I had more time to maybe whip up a blanket as well, because that would be a great project to include in the Tunisian Entrelac as well. But as I said, instead of turning the rectangle into a hat, if you just keep growing it in height and in width, you can definitely make a blanket. And if you make it equal height and width, you can make a square blanket as well, like a square baby blanket. That would be amazing project. And we've got Angela. Love your design. Thank you so much. That is very kind. Thank you so much for the kind comment. I love that you guys love those designs because it just kind of pushes you on. It just spurs you on to create more and more designs. So you are very welcome, Heather. You're very welcome. Honestly, I'm so impressed. You guys are doing so great with the Tunisian crochet. It warms my heart because, as I said, Tunisian crochet has got a special place in my heart. I really love the technique, and I really love that you guys are getting into it and seeing that it could be so versatile. It could be so great. And for the entrelac technique, you don't even need a special hook. So that's the great thing about entrelac crochet, that it's kind of easing into it. I mean, when you look at those projects, you might think like, I will never be able to make these. But honestly, I promise you, those little squares, you just work on one little square at a time, and you just kind of join one onto the other, diagonally across the fabric. And before you know it, you can have one of these projects made. So if we circle back to Monday, we were talking about the Livy bag, which I have got here with me. So on Monday, we were chatting about the Livy bag. So this is Livy. It's a beautiful bag. So this is made in super bulky cotton weight yarn. So this was the project we were talking about on Monday. If you wanted to go ahead and check out the live chat we did on Monday, we were sharing more details about Livy, chatting about, yarn substitutions, talking about different color combinations, and how you can kind of we talk about lining a bag as well, just very briefly, because I did not line my bag. I don't feel the need to, but by all means, we were talking about a couple of options on how we can line the bag. And then we also spoke about kind of adjusting the length of the handle, adjusting the whole size of the bag to make it your own. Okay, so that was the topic of conversation on Monday. We were talking about the Livy bag. All the details as to materials, the gauge, and everything is on the blog bluestarcrochet.com. So if you go ahead and visit bluestarcrochet.com, Livy bag, it's about the third post down. It's one of the recent posts. So go ahead and check out the details for Livy bag if that's the one you would like to make. Then on Wednesday, we were talking about the Lena hat. So this is Lena hat. Again, this one is made from rectangle piece of fabric as well as Livy bag. Livy bag is origami style bag. So you kind of fold the rectangle on both sides and then you fold it in half again and you get that shaped bag. Lena hat is also a rectangle piece of fabric that then gets joined across the shorter side into a tube shape, and you kind of cinch the top, and then we add the single crochet through back loop only brim onto the bottom of it as well to kind of bring the bottom in a little bit. And on Wednesday, we actually worked out that the Stylecraft Special DK, so this is a DK weight or category 3 weight, 100% acrylic yarn I used. So this is Stylecraft Special DK, and from the 91 different shades of this yarn, there are something like 130,000 different color combinations that you can actually make. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly adjust my camera because I think it's blurring us out a little bit. I hope this is a little bit better. Yeah, it should be better now. It was kind of blurring out the background as well as the project. So this is the Lena hat that we were talking about on Wednesday. And today, like I said, last but not least, we're going to be just taking a closer look on Leyla Shawl. So this is Leyla Shawl, and I have no idea how I'm going to fit this all onto the camera, but here we go. I'll just stand up for a little bit. There we go. So this is Leyla Shawl. Leila's a big girl. She's huge. Okay. So this is Leyla Shawl. I think I got a little bit carried away with the technique, and I was just enjoying creating those cute little squares that I just kind of ended up with a huge shawl. Okay. So Leila is quite big. And if I just quickly grab the measurements, I did post them on the blog this morning, but it's, so she's 165 centimeters across the widest point. I do remember that bit. So the wingspan, so this way, she's like 165 centimeters, okay? And the depth of the shawl, so from the top edge to the bottom point, she is 75 centimeters. Or if you prefer in inches, she is 65 inches. The wingspan is 65 inches. And the depth is 30 inches, okay? So Leila's a big shawl. I do like the shawls big because I like to kind of wrap them round a few times around my neck to keep me really nice and warm. So I can't wait to wear the Leyla shawl in spring when the weather turns a little bit warmer, but not quite warm enough that you need something cozy wrapped around your neck. So we've got a couple of comments here. I would like to know where you came up with the names, please. The names are completely random, okay? I started with Livy bag. So Livy bag is one of all the patterns that I designed a little while ago. And then I thought, okay, let's just come up with a couple of more projects to really show off the Tunisian Entrelac technique. And so we had Livy bag already, and then I just went ahead and just found random names starting with L. So we've got Lena and we've got Leila. So they're not named after anyone special. They're just names that have got a bit of a ring to it. I feel like the Livy, Lena, and Leila, they're kind of like the three naughty sisters. So completely random names, Heather. No meaning as such. And we've got beautiful Angela. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind comment. And here we go. Heather is using the Paintbox Simply DK yarn instead of the Stylecraft Special DK. That's a brilliant substitution. As I said, the Lena hat uses yarn that is really accessible to everyone, I believe, because honestly, when I first got into crochet, when I first picked it back up, like 100% acrylic yarn is probably something that everyone buys to start with. And there is nothing wrong with that, because honestly, I believe that 100% acrylic DK weight is my own preference, but 100% acrylic yarn is brilliant for hats, because hats go through quite a lot of wear and tear, kind of like putting them on and off your head all the time. They do need to stretch a little bit. And I don't know, but when I make hats for my two boys, they kind of end up doing like a fighting with them, and they get chucked on the floor, or they get chucked in their backpacks when it gets slightly warmer outside. I mean, they're terrible. They do like wearing hats, but like 1 degree warmer, the hats come off, they get chucked in their backpacks. So I believe that 100% acrylic yarn is a perfect choice for hats and wearables that go through quite a lot of wear and tear. So we've got Julia. I've got some fingering weight yarn just hanging around. This looks like the project for them. I totally agree, Julia. Leila is a brilliant project for those fingering weight skeins of yarn that you kind of don't know what to use them for, or for your precious hand-dyed skeins of fingering weight yarn, like a sock yarn would be amazing. So this original sample uses hawthorn fingering from We Crochet. So there are two different shades, and as you can see, they kind of set off each other really nicely. You do need a little bit of contrast between the two colors just to really make those little squares pop and make them really stand out. You could even pair up the kind of hand-dyed fingering weight yarn with something a bit more plain. So if you've got a really beautiful hand-dyed skein of yarn that you really wanted to stand out in a project, I think Leyla Shawl paired up with like a plain cream yarn or white would be actually really amazing, and it would make the hand-dyed yarn really pop. Okay, or you can go the other way. You can use black, so just black yarn for these squares, and just let the hand-dyed yarn really stand out and make your shawl really unique. So here we go. So Leila is on the blog. All the information is on there. And if I pop the QR code back up, so Leyla Shawl, Livy bag, and Lena hat, they're all three projects that are included or are part of the Tunisian Entrelac event. So I'm going to go through the schedule a little bit. So at the moment, we are signing up for the event, whether you sign up for the free event or there is a VIP upgrade available. It's a paid option that will give you access to all the video tutorials, all three projects, so you don't have to choose your favorite. All three projects are included with the VIP option, as well as ebooks and other bonuses and Ravelry vouchers. But if you wanted to stick with the free option, that's perfectly fine. And it's amazing that you guys are signing up and excited to learn Tunisian Entrelac technique. And I'm so excited to teach you. So at the moment, we're all signing up for the event. And once you sign up for the event, you need to go ahead and log into your dashboard. into your student login. And we need to scroll down. So let me just quickly share my screen again so we all know where we need to go and what we need to do. So after you sign up for the free, let me just fix this. There we go. So after you sign up for the free Tunisian Entrelac event, we need to scroll down on the left-hand side of your student login and go down to the Cal details and pick a favorite, because the vote is in your hands, okay? It's completely up to you. So go ahead and click on the pick a favorite pattern, and all you need to do is click on this big red button that says cast your vote. So if you click on that one, there will be a this form will open, the Tunisian Entrelac project vote, and all you need to do is pick one of those three, either the Livy bag, the Lena hat, or Leyla Shawl, whichever you want to pick. Just click on it and then click this big purple button saying submit, and that's you done with voting, okay? It's really, really easy, really straightforward. I'm not going to submit because I don't want to kind of I don't want to vote, so it doesn't affect the overall vote, okay? So that's where we need to be. That's how you vote for your favorite project, either the bag, the hat, or the shawl. The voting closes on 16th of February, so that is a week from today. So you've got the entire week to go ahead and cast your vote for the favorite project to win. And then in week's time, so next Friday, the 16th of February, I will close the vote and I will have a look what the winning pattern is. And then on Saturday, 17th of February, I think I set the time for about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, UK time. Excuse me, UK time. I'm going to pop by live for just a quick chat and I'm going to announce the winner. Okay, so next Saturday, the 17th of February, we will have the winning pattern. Okay, so exciting. I did check the vote. I think I checked yesterday. And there is a clear favorite, I do have to say. Which kind of warms my heart that you love that project so much, but I also feel a little bit bad for the other two. But, you know, it's not closed yet. You've got the entire week to vote and pick the favorite project. And you never know, it might actually tip the scales and something else might become a favorite. So don't let anyone else decide for you. Just go ahead and vote for your favorite project that you want to see released, and then it will take us to Monday, 19th of February. So that's not this Monday coming, but the Monday after. The winning project, the written pattern, all the schematics, they will be released on my blog, bluestarcrochet.com. That will be open to anyone. So you can go ahead and check out the winning pattern on the blog. Join in with the free crochet along, and then also on Monday, the 19th of February, I will be running a live masterclass teaching you how to crochet the Tunisian Entrelac corner to corner technique. Okay, so we're going to learn live. I'm going to pop by like this live on Facebook and YouTube. I won't be doing the live on Instagram, and that is purely because of this layout. Because as you can see, this kind of portrait layout looks great on Instagram, but it's not so great on Facebook and YouTube because I will need to flip the camera, and it just the layout just won't probably work that well. So unfortunately, it will be over on Facebook and YouTube. So the event is scheduled already. So if you pop over to my Facebook page, you can click on the event, on the masterclass event, and you can go ahead and click go in, so you get a notification when the masterclass is happening. It's scheduled for 1 o'clock UK time as well. Okay, so that's about I think it's about 8 a.m. in Eastern time. But don't quote me on that because time zones change all the time. And the clocks go forward, backwards at different times. So I believe there is 5 hour difference. Okay. So go ahead on Facebook, click go in on the masterclass, and you will get a notification when we kick off and when we start. Okay. So let me just pop back into the chat. Heather, I've not done Tunisian in years. So fun. Thank you. Thank you so much for kind of diving straight back into it. I'm really glad that you guys are feeling the Tunisian with me, and I'm so glad that you guys are jumping in and kind of giving it a go again, because Tunisian has been perceived as really thick and heavy and dense fabric, and all you can make with Tunisian crochet was like heavy blankets and large Afghans and stuff like that. But it has actually evolved a lot. Okay, it's as versatile as crochet, as versatile as knitting. So I'm really excited that people are joining in. And we had a question on Instagram. Leslie, is that considered C2C? Yes, it's corner to corner because you are working diagonally across the fabric. So if I show you Leila, so this is the widest edge. So you kind of work diagonally across the fabric. Okay, so if I show you the corner where we start, if I can do this. Okay, so you start with this green square in the bottom. Gosh, she's really big. So you start with this little square in the corner. Then the next squares are these 2 white squares. Then it goes on to these 3 green squares again. And then it goes into these 4 cream squares again. So you kind of, as you can see, you're working diagonally across the fabric. Okay, so these 2, then these, cream, green, cream, green. And as you can see, they go diagonally across the fabric all the way up until this last row. Okay, so these cream ones, that's the last diagonal row of squares. And then Leyla Shawl, as I mentioned before, I don't want to dip her in my coffee. She's finished off with these little triangles at the top. Okay, so as you can see, each square has then got a little triangle on top just to straighten off the edge. Because if those little squares were in there, you would kind of have like steps. Okay, so just the steps up the side of the fabric. So we then place these little triangles in there to finish off the edge of the fabric, so it's nice and straight like this. Okay, and the other great thing about that is that it gives you let me move my coffee because I'm going to dip my shawl in my coffee. So if you can see this, it kind of gives you a perfect loops all the way up and down the edge. Okay, so they're like the proper V of the top of the stitch. So that's actually so much easier to work into if you wanted to add any kind of fancy edge to your shawl. Okay, so it's totally up to you if you want to do that and add any kind of fancy edge into your shawl. You do have those perfect little loops to work into, as well as across all sides of the shawl. Okay, so all sides, like sometimes with standard crochet, you kind of have to work into the side of like a double crochet. So there is no definite loops to work into. You kind of just have to work through the stitch to pick up stitches around the edge. With Tunisian crochet, you always get a perfect stitch to work into. Okay, so that's the edge of the top edge. Then we go down to this edge. As you can see, they are perfect loops again. I'm not quite sure how well you can see this. And the last edge is it also has loops, but they are the underside of the foundation chain, okay? But it's really easy to work into the underside of the foundation chain as well. So that's one great thing about Tunisian crochet, that you always have a perfectly formed loops to work back into if you wish to go all the way around the shawl in maybe some contrast color, or you wanted to add some lacy border onto your shawl, or you want to go ahead and add textured border like popcorn bobble stitches, whatever you want to add to it. It's really great because you already have those loops to work into. And we've got, hi, that is like the shawl my mum liked. Okay, I'm so glad that it's something what your mum liked. Well, you might have to make her a new version of the shawl. Here we go. So let me hide that one. Let me just go over to Instagram and double check that we haven't got anything else. Right. So the yarn I've mentioned, it uses the Hawthorne fingering weight yarn. It's from We Crochet. And if I just, here we go. So we've got, is it jumped again? There we go. So it's the Hawthorne fingering yarn weight. There are so many different colors that you can choose from. You will need, for this size of the shawl, so the 65 by 30 inches, I have used, so the whole Leyla shawl actually weighs about 283 grams. When I weighed the finished shawl, it weighs about 283 grams. So what you will need is 2 hanks of each color, okay? So because you will use about 145, I would estimate about 145 grams of each color. So you will need 2 hanks of each color. Or if you substitute in yarn, then you will need about 150 grams of either color, or however many colors you're using. So the whole shawl is 283 grams, or say 300 grams, just to be on the safe side. So you can either use 150 grams of each of the colors if you're using 2 colors. If you decide to use 3 colors, you will need about 100 grams of each of the colors to make up the 300 grams that the shawl requires, okay? Roughly about 283, but I would always get more yarn, just to be on the safe side that you do have enough, okay? So let's just quickly have a look. These are the different colors that are available at the moment on crochet.com. I mean, oh, this peach melba speckle. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so that's a really, really pretty color with those orangey yellow peachy speckles. So that's a really great color. And if you wanted to pair that one up with something slightly darker, and I think with that peachy, yellowy dots, I would go for something in the gray kind of, yeah, this like overcast sky. So it's really nice contrasting colors, contrasting yarns, to put them together to really make them pop. So that's a great combination. The peach, was it peach melba? Did I just say peach melba speckle with a Astoria tonal, or the slate kettle? That's a really great yarn as well. So yeah, there are lots of combinations. Honestly, so many combinations that you can come up with. Really great color. So this is Hawthorne fingering weight yarn over at crochet.com. So go ahead and check out the color combinations. But of course, like I said, you can substitute for any hand-dyed kind of fingering weight, hand-dyed yarn. And that would be great. Okay, let me turn this off and let me just pop back into the comments. I'm being blinded by the sun. I do apologize if it goes a bit washed out. here we go. It was a shop model, so she does not have one yet. Now to find bright colors to make it. Oh, brilliant. Oh gosh, that sun. Amazing. So bright colors would look absolutely stunning for this shawl because they would really set each other off. And here we go. We've got Junie. Hi, Junie. I've been interested in entrelac since seeing sweaters with ombre color changing yarn. I can't wait to learn this technique. Amazing. Yes, I know which sweaters you mean. Yes, they kind of, because you work those little squares, they kind of go in the ombre up to the top. Yeah, brilliant. That's a really good project. Maybe once you master this technique, you can go ahead and move on to a sweater. That would be amazing. And we've got a great idea, Julia. For the extra yarn, I might put fringe or tassels on the shawl. Absolutely amazing idea, Julia. Yeah. If you want to use up every single bit of that precious yarn, by all means, fringe or tassels, that would be absolutely amazing idea. And let me just flick over to Instagram quickly. Hi, Degrees. Hi, Anastasia. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for saying hello. Lovely to have you here. So, right. Here we go. Let me pop this QR code back up for the Tunisian Entrelac event. And the sun is not going away. It's honestly, it's like so cloudy in UK today. And there is one tiny little break in the clouds that it's coming in into the front window at the moment. So I'm being blinded. I do apologize if it's all a little bit too bright for you guys. And here we go. There's another question. Is the shawl pattern part of your Tunisian Entrelac course? I did get the free version already. So yes, all three projects. So the Livy bag, Lena hat, and Leyla shawl, all three projects are already included in the VIP upgrade to the Tunisian Entrelac course. So if you do decide to purchase the paid version, you will get access to all the video tutorials. You'll get access to all three projects. They will all be there, ready to go. So once you master the basic technique, there is a video at the start of the course just to kind of explaining to you how to go through the course to get the best out of it. So you learn how to build the fabric. You will learn how to build up the entrelac fabric to start with. So how to work the first little square, then how to start adding on the additional squares in the corner to corner, so diagonally across the fabric. It will teach you all that. So then once you master the basic, you will be able to create either the rectangle fabric that you will need for the bag or the hat, or it will show you how to keep increasing the width and the height of the triangle to get the triangular fabric that you'll need for the Leyla shawl, okay? But the VIP upgrade has got all three patterns available. And once you kind of learn how to build the basic fabric, every single project, so the bag, the hat, and the shawl, has got its own video tutorial on how to finish it off, okay? Because when you make the rectangle fabric for the hat, the video tutorial to go after that to turn this rectangle fabric into a hat, the video tutorial will show you how to cinch the hat at the top and also how to add this brim to the bottom of the hat. With the Livy bag, the video tutorial will guide you through how to create the origami style a bag. So you'll have a rectangle piece of fabric, and then you need to fold it and just do a little bit of a seam in here to turn the rectangle into a bag. And I'll also show you how to add this beautiful handle onto your bag. And with the Leyla shawl, the additional video tutorial that you will get inside the VIP version is how to work these little triangles just to finish off the fabric, just to finish off the very last diagonal edge of the triangle, how to add those little triangles into those gaps to kind of make it into a nice straight edge, okay? So that is all included in the VIP course, which is available right now. I will pop the I will pop the QR code back up here. So if you wanted to grab the VIP version, it's all there available. And you'll be able to make all that. So, oh, Heather, thank you so much. The video tutorials are wonderfully explained. Thank you so much. I have tried to cover every single angle possible with those video tutorials because I don't want anyone to get stuck and frustrated with any part of the project. So I'm hoping I covered all angles. But as with every single course that I have previously built and released, it's not kind of like, okay, I've built it, I released it, and it's done. All my courses, I kind of strive for them to be as perfect as possible. So I kind of, if anything crops up, if there is something that people pick up on, like, okay, this is not quite clear, or we're not getting this, or we could do some extra help with this step or that step, what I tend to do is then just jump straight back into that course and add into it. So if you have purchased my gauge course, there's already been 2 updates to that course because there was a couple of other questions that did pop up and I needed to add them to the course. Okay, I'm just quickly going to pull this over a little bit. I might go a little bit darker because this is okay. I'm being blind. I have got a little bit dark. I do apologize, but the sun is so bright I can't even see my computer screen. So yes, what I was saying is that I keep adding to these courses. So it's not that it's done and released. If there is anything that crops up or people need extra help with, I'm always on hand to help with any questions. But if it kind of keeps cropping up, I then add all these extras into the course already. So it's not a done and dusted product. It's always evolving. And here we go, Junie. The shawl doesn't look like it has any decrease. Would you still show how to decrease in the masterclass if the shawl is chosen? So if the shawl is chosen as the free project to release, I will give you all the tools to make the entire shawl. Okay. The reason because the reason the shawl doesn't look like it's got any decrease is because there are none. Okay, there is no decreasing with the shawl. All you got to do is, because you kind of start at the bottom point, so you start with this little square here at the bottom, okay, and then you just keep working diagonally to increase the fabric into the size you want. Okay, so there are no decreases in the shawl. If that was your question, I hope that answered your question. There are no decreases. So all you're going to do is start in this bottom little square here and keep working diagonally across the fabric until you reach the desired wingspan. Okay, if you wanted to make it smaller, bigger, whatever, it's totally up to you. All you got to do is just either stop once you reach the desired size or keep going until it's as big as you want it to be. Okay. And so the masterclass will cover all this. I will teach you in a masterclass how to start building up the squares. And then I will show you the diagonal row. And all you got to do then is just repeat the row after row after row until you reach the desired size. And I will also teach you how to do these little triangles to finish off this edge. Okay, so if the shawl is the winning pattern, you will have all the tutorials. We will cover it all in the masterclass on how to build up the fabric and how to finish off the edge. Okay. Will you show Entrelac decrease in your masterclass regardless of what project is chosen? There is no decrease with the Entrelac project. Okay, I won't be covering decrease because you kind of shape the fabric to what you want it to be. Okay, you don't need to decrease in an Entrelac. You kind of just stop when you reach the size, because with the rectangle, you will start building up the fabric, and once you reach the desired height, you don't have to decrease. It means you just won't add the square on top of the fabric to make it taller. So you'll just stop at the same level, and you'll be working diagonally until you reach the one little square in a corner again. So it's not a technique to decrease, it's just to shape the fabric by stopping the increase, if that makes sense. Okay, but I will, if the hat or the Livy bag is chosen, we will build the rectangular fabric. If it's the shawl, we will be building a triangular fabric. But it's really easy to kind of, as I said, it's not like a classic corner to corner where you have to start decreasing across the top. With the Tunisian Entrelac, you just won't build any more squares on top to keep increasing the height. I hope that's making sense. So it's just about building the fabric with the squares to the width and the height and the width that you require for the project. Okay, and here we go. No problem, Junie. I'm glad I explained that, so you understand. So yes, but whatever project is chosen for the free crochet along, we will cover all aspects in the masterclass on Monday, 19th of February. Okay, so the masterclass is already scheduled over on my Facebook page. So if you wanted to go ahead and click go in on that masterclass, let me just have a look whether I can grab the link to it. Maybe Facebook will let me. Maybe Facebook will let me see all events, and here's the masterclass. Is that gonna let me share it? Oh, share. Copy event link. Here we go. So I will pop the link into the comments. Oh no, that's not what no, that's not the right link. Let me copy event link. Oh, it won't let me. Why won't you let me copy the link? Maybe if I do this. Okay, let's try this link here. I hope that's the right link. So I've just popped the link to the live masterclass into the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. I hope you can see it. So if you click on that link, it'll take you over to Facebook, and you can click go in on the masterclass, which means that you will kind of receive a notification when we're about to go live and when the masterclass is happening. It is scheduled for 1 p.m. on 19th of February, 1 p.m. UK time. I'm in UK, which is, I believe it's about 8 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, I think there's 5 hours difference. Okay, so let me pop the QR code back up. And I think we've covered everything. So I'm looking forward to the masterclass. I'm looking forward to which project you guys are going to choose to release free on the blog. Like I said, it has been pretty steady. The winning project has been pretty steady, pretty ahead most of the time. So we shall see whether the scales get tipped one or the other way. And the event shows 8 a.m. for me. Whereabouts are you based? Because that might be Eastern time. Okay, I think Facebook kind of converts the time to your particular time zone. So if you're over in Eastern time, it would be 8 a.m. If you're here in UK, it's 1 p.m. on Monday, the 19th of Feb. Okay. Yes, that's right, EST. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning for Eastern time and 1 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. I hope you guys can join me for the live masterclass. And we're going to have lots of fun. And the great thing about the live masterclass is that you guys will get to ask questions, okay? So we'll be working along together on those little squares on how to set up the fabric. And if you need me to go over something again, or kind of explain a bit further, you get to jump into the comments and let me know. Okay, so I will be showing you how to build up the fabric, but it will be very much up to you guys to jump in the comments if something's not making sense. And ask away, ask any questions you might have. Same applies for now. If there are any questions that you would like to ask, please do go ahead and pop them in the comments. I'm just going to go quickly over to Instagram to scroll through whether there are any questions at all. No, I think we're good. I think we covered everything. And here we go, Heather. You are 8 hours behind. Oopsie daisy. Okay, Heather. I hope you'll catch the replay of the masterclass if you wanted to join. Or you can just go ahead and speed through the tutorials in the VIP course, because I know you have very kindly invested in the VIP course. So they're all in there. And I will actually add the live masterclass link into the paid version as well, because you never know, we might cover something that we haven't quite thought of in the paid version. Okay, I do apologize, we've got some naughty comments coming over from YouTube. If you're over watching on YouTube, please ignore those. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. It's been lovely chatting to you. And if there are no further questions, let me... Oh, Elise, best Tunisian hooks to use. We've got a question over on Instagram. So the great thing about the Entrelac technique is that you don't actually need any special Tunisian crochet hooks, okay? As long as your standard crochet hook has got a longer throat on it that is capable of holding 8 loops of yarn at one time, you should be perfectly fine, okay? So if you've got a straight crochet hook with like no fancy handles, or kind of like a longer throat to it before the handle, you will be perfectly fine, okay? I didn't use a special Tunisian hook because you will be working on one of these little squares at one time, okay? So we're not gonna be working like right across. All you're gonna be working is these 7 stitches, okay? So each square has got 7 stitches across, and when we're connecting this square onto the previous one, there'll be 1 extra loop, okay? So all you will be holding at one particular time is 8 loops of yarn, okay? So any standard crochet hook that is capable of holding 8 loops of yarn is perfectly fine, okay? I will share the link again. Let me just go and grab the link for you, because in the last couple of broadcasts, I did share one of these hooks that is absolutely great. Let me just pop it here. Here we go. So let me just show you this one. So this is a great hook that I have found over on Lovecraft's. Has it jumped up? Oh, here we go. So this is Knit Pro Basics Beach Crochet Hook. As you can see, it's just a standard straight hook with no fancy handles, no kind of ergonomic or polymer clay or anything like that. So it's just a plain straight crochet hook. And the other great thing is it's really budget friendly. I mean, it's £2.81, and it also comes in all these different sizes. Okay, I mean, it goes all the way up to 15 millimeter, but for the Leyla Shawl, I have used 5.5 millimeter size. For Lena hat, I used 6 millimeter crochet hook. And for the Livy bag, I used 8 millimeter crochet hook, okay? So that's the great thing about the entrelac technique that you don't actually need a special Tunisian crochet hook at all. Okay, so no excuses, people. There are no excuses not to join in. Really, it's that simple. Just grab any regular crochet hook that is capable of taking 8 loops of yarn, and you'll be absolutely fine. So when you do like a puff stitch, you know, when you kind of yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, I mean, I think there is like 8 loops on your hook at that time when you're making puff stitches. So honestly, if you can make a puff stitch with that particular hook, you can work Tunisian entrelac. Okay, so really no special hooks are required at all. If you wanted to invest in a set of Tunisian crochet hooks, let me just go ahead and grab mine if I can find them. So I do have a set of special Tunisian crochet hooks with a flexible cable. If I can dig them out now. Here we go. So I've got the Adi Click. So that's what I've got for Tunisian crochet hooks. And they've got, like I said, they come with the flexible cable with this cute little heart at the end. So they've got the flexible cable to join in. And that's the set, okay? So that's the set of the Adi Click Tunisian crochet hooks. If you wanted to invest in a set, I really do like these. They are metal crochet hooks all the way up to the 6mm size. So, and then the 7 and the 8mm size is like a glittery resin, glittery resin hooks, and they all have got the connectors to connect the flexible cable to. Okay, so that's my set of Tunisian crochet hooks with the cable. I do really like these. They are really comfortable to hold and work with. But for the Tunisian entrelac, for this event, you don't need any kind of special hooks at all. Okay, so I will dig out a link for those. I can't remember. I bought them from a small yarn shop here in UK. They supplied that they were the suppliers for those. So here we go. Heather's using a regular crochet hook. Yeah, like I said, the Knit Pro is a brilliant hook for that purpose. So if I just grab the link, and I'll pop it in the comments as well for you guys if you wanted to go and check out that hook. And let me stop sharing the screen. So here we go. Heather's using a standard crochet hook. That's perfect. That's all you need, regular crochet hook. We have gone over the sizes, but all the sizes of the hooks are also available on my blog. So if you go onto bluestarcrochet.com, we've got Livy bag, Lena hat, and the Leyla shawl. All the details of hook sizes, yarn quantities, and all the materials are listed there on the blog. And they also got links to those materials if you wanted to check out what I used. And here we go. I got a clover set and I love them. Perfect. Does the Adi have the elusive 7mm hook? Elusive. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what you mean. So the Adi Click does have 7mm crochet hook. If that's what you are asking, the 7mm is the resin. Okay, so that's the resin hook, the glittery. That's the 7mm there. And Julia used her dot hooks. Perfect. Yes, dot hooks. They're another great hooks. I do have a set of those somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. So somewhere in a creative mess. So yeah, dot hooks are perfect choice as well. They are perfectly capable of taking 8 loops of yarn, so they'll be great for the Tunisian entrelac as well. Okay, let me just have a quick look over on Instagram that I haven't missed anything. You're welcome, Elise. Very welcome. I'm glad I answered your question. And if there are no further questions, I hope you guys enjoyed the live introductions to all the different projects. So Sign up for the event. I will pop the QR code back up again. So scan the QR code if you can. If you can't, the link is in the chat over on Facebook and YouTube. So go ahead and sign up for the event. And this was Leyla Shawl that we were introducing today. If you wanted to vote for your winning project, you need to sign up for the event via the link, then go and head into your student dashboard, and you can vote for one of these projects to be released as a free crochet along on my blog. And that is the project that we're going to be making in the live masterclass on Monday, 19th of February. And I can't wait to see what you guys choose, and I can't wait to teach you guys how to crochet the Tunisian Entrelac. And we've got one more comment. It's almost impossible to find a 7mm here in the US. I checked local yarn shops, big box, and Amazon, and I could only find one. Okay, I think the Knit Pro, the Knit Pro Basics that I showed you earlier, it does actually have a 7mm size. If you wanted to grab one of those, Lovecraft does deliver worldwide, so go ahead and check that one out. I've popped the link in the comments. Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you, guys. It's been amazing. I've been loving all this week talking about all these beautiful projects. You've got a whole week to vote because the vote closes on the 16th of Feb. On the 17th of February, we're going to announce the winner. And on the 19th of February, which is Monday, we're going to release the winning pattern and we're going to do the live masterclass together. So I can't wait for you guys to join me. So bring your yarn, bring your hooks along to the masterclass, because you can be making along with me as we go, and you will get to ask and I will answer. You can ask and I will answer the questions. So you'll get access to a live pattern support, and I can't wait for all you guys to join me. You're very welcome, Julia. Thank you so much for joining me. And I can't wait to see you guys again in a week's time when we announce the winner. I hope you have a lovely weekend and lovely week, and I will see you very, very soon. So thank you for watching.